Here at Berean News, we have an opinion segment, and this is our opinion segment for today's news. And in this segment, we are simply asking a very, very simple question. Are you ready for the fourth industrial revolution? I'll ask again. Are you ready for the fourth industrial revolution? Here is a clip of a video from the World Economic Forum.
We are wondering what is happening to the world. Everything is changing.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech, we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
The original Industrial Revolution was driven by the discovery that you could use steam engines to do all kinds of interesting things.
But that was followed by additional revolutions for electricity and computers and communications technology. We're now in the early stages of the fourth industrial revolution, which is bringing together digital, physical, and biological systems.
One of the features of this fourth industrial revolution is that it doesn't change what we are doing, but it changes us.
Welcome back. Here is the question again. Are you ready for the fourth industrial revolution? The three industrial revolutions preceding this one, steam, which led to combustion engines and electricity, and then finally, or thirdly, should I say, the digital industrial revolution, which forever changed the way people lived and the way people worked. But however, this fourth one that is upon us is slightly more different and has a very disturbing philosophy that surrounds it. The reason why I say this is that this fourth industrial revolution is centered around what is called artificial intelligence. And not only that, but it's also centered around a philosophy called transhumanism. Transhumanism. And with the emergence of AI and the growth of the internet, this particular industrial revolution seeks to intertwine the relationship with machines or AI with humans. As stated in the clip that we just saw, Klaus Schwab, I hope I haven't made a butchery of his name, but Klaus Schwab in 2016 said these words: one of the features of the fourth industrial revolution is that it doesn't change what we're doing, but it changes us. My goodness, what is going on? Well, before we continue, we're going to have a look at the definition of transhumanism. And that is taken from whatistranshumanism.org. Let me read this to you. Transhumanism is a class of philosophy of life that seeks the continuation and acceleration of the evolution of intelligent life beyond its currently human form, and human limitations by means of science and technology guided by life-promoting principles and values. And this is according to Max More, 1990. So if we're looking at the fourth industrial revolution, what we're beginning to understand is that it's not about technology. It's not about the technology that we can use or that can be literally on us, as we can begin to see in terms of headphones, etc., and earpieces. It's not talking about that. It is literally talking about technology in us that enhances humans. That enhances humans. And this is the whole purpose with regard to this philosophy, transhumanism. Something that we have to be very, very concerned about. Because as I said to you before, the video that I showed you before comes directly from the World Economic Forum, where they have meetings on an annual basis in Switzerland, Davos, Switzerland, where you have a lot of elites and the leaders of the world discussing the future, or should I say, discussing what they're going to do with you and me. It's important to understand their picture of the future. But let's get into this. It's about technology, or the internet within us. Now, I'm going to use a SMART acronym today, which is probably not accurate in terms of how people would use a SMART acronym. But in this sense, I believe this is what SMART actually means. Well, at least according to Berean News anyway. Sustainable, measurable, accessible, reportable, and traceable. Modern cars now are considered smart. And as you are driving your car, you're able to feed off of information in terms of the tire pressures, how much fuel, how long you can go on said fuel. It gives you so much information. It gives you the ability to navigate yourself. Something totally alien to cars even 10 to 15 years ago. But the truth of the matter is, if we're honest, it makes cars sustainable, measurable, accessible, reportable, and traceable. So understand this, we're not just talking about smart apps or devices. You're talking about taking that process and making human beings smart too. Let's take a look at what Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, is working on. And he's working on what is called Neuralink. Please have a look at this following video.
One day, you could have superhuman vision. Play your favorite albums in your head and download your brain to a computer or even to another body.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Though this may sound like an episode of your favorite science fiction show, Elon Musk and his team at the neural tech startup Neuralink believe that their electronic brain-computer interfaces could make this possible. Described as Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
A Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
The small, easy-to-install brain-computer interface could be used to expand the capabilities of humans, changing the way we interact with technology and treat neural and mobility issues. Yet the goals of the company speaks to a potential problem in the future: artificial intelligence. Musk has been very vocal about his fear of artificial intelligence, believing AI could one day overshadow the human race. Musk's inevitable transhumanist goal of augmenting intelligence and abilities may be necessary if we are to compete with advanced artificial intelligence. However, Neuralink's team still has a long way to go before the emergence of AI-human hybrids. The tech company still has a lot of bureaucratic, ethical, and technological hurdles to cross. If Musk's companies accomplish half of what they claim, we could see the emergence of one of the most significant technologies in human history.
Welcome back. Well, As you can see, this philosophy seeks not only to monitor us, but to place the internet or AI within human beings. This industrial revolution will eventually lead us to a point in the future where technology allows humans to be sustainable, measurable, accessible, reportable, and traceable. It's going to lead us into a future predicted in the Bible, in particular in the book of Revelation, where a mark was placed on people that enabled them to buy and to sell. A mark, AI within them that made them sustainable, that made them measurable, that made them accessible, sustainable, measurable, accessible, reportable, and traceable. Enable them to be smart, but not only that, but they were also plugged in to a political, economic, and yet religious system. And it wouldn't be something that would be external in nature. It'll be something internal in nature. It's something that we really do need to keep our eyes on. So the question was, are we ready for the fourth industrial revolution? I would say no, we're not. Because we really do need to have a look at the ethical processes, the ethical aspects of this technology, and to make sure that we're able to monitor it and keep it out of the hands, you heard it, of controlling evil people that will use this technology to do some horrible, evil things. Well, that's the opinion piece of Berean News now finished. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Hope you've enjoyed this particular program. And until next time, it's Otis Pinnock, your host on Berean News, where we bring Kingdom News directly from our news desk, directly to you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. For more exclusive content and to help us produce more programs, why not consider becoming a subscriber? You can become a subscriber in two ways. Firstly, by visiting www.empowertvnetwork.com. Secondly, you can subscribe by downloading our Empower You Hub app and becoming part of the Empower You community. The Empower You Hub app is available on Apple and Google Play.